Hi everyone. I've been enjoying this book, Test Your Endgame Ability by August Livshits and John Speelman. In my last video, I gave you some really amazing queen and pawn endgames, and I just solved another one today, and I was very happy to completely solve this one. So the position is here, white to move and win. If you'd like to give it a try, go right ahead. I'll warn you though, it took me about 20-25 minutes to solve. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on. Black is dangerously close to queening on c1 and h1, so white is in a big hurry. The obvious move is d7 to threaten a promotion with a mate, and that's the correct first move. What can black do to stop the mate? Well, he can't move this pawn or this king. Promoting to a queen here would be mate, or even a rook. The only way to stop the mate is to promote this pawn on c1. Okay, might as well get a queen. If you promote the pawn to h1 here, it doesn't allow you to block the mate. Okay, the solution continues d8 equals queen, check, forcing black to block. Okay, so what does white do now? Well, I'm going to show you an attempt to win that doesn't work. Maybe white plays queen to e7 to threaten a mate over here. What can black do to stop that? Well, pushing this pawn doesn't work. That's an immediate mate. Moving the king doesn't work. That's an immediate mate. What about moving the queen? Well, the queen could move somewhere, but it doesn't look like there are too many safe squares. Wherever it moves, you're going to relinquish control of b7, and then there's a mate there. So the only thing to consider maybe is promoting, but that results in a mate as well on a7. So what can black do? Well, there is a defense. Did you see the defense when you attempted the solution? Okay. This is not the correct move for white because of the miraculous defense queen to c6 check, attracting the king to that square and then promoting with check. And this is a completely drawn position. All right, so that's an attempt to win, putting that queen on e7, but it doesn't quite work. So the reason it didn't work is because this pawn is an essential defender in the position. So what white has to do is win this pawn. Okay, and the way he does it is he begins with queen to d6 check, forking the king and the pawn. However, the king is forced to a8. There's no other move. Blocking with the queen is just going to lose the queen. So the king is forced to a8. White doesn't have time to pick off that pawn now because that gives black the move, and black has, plenty of checking moves like that one. And the position is just completely drawn. So how does white get that pawn? Well, white picks off the pawn with this really crazy staircase maneuver, starting with queen to d5 check, king moves over, king goes to e5 with check, forcing the black king back to a8, down to e4 with check, and white is inching ever closer to that pawn, all the while calling check, so giving black no free moves at all. Okay, so queen to f4 check next, going back, 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 check, over here. Don't take the pawn yet, it wouldn't be a check. Go to g2 first, draw the king back to b8, and then take the pawn with check. So you get this crazy staircase maneuver here, this just beautiful path this queen took to grab that pawn. Now the queen would like to return back to that e7 square that we saw earlier as an attempt to threaten a checkmate. You can't just go back to, it's black's move here, king to 8. You can't just go back to that 7th rank, willy-nilly like queen to h7 here, because that gives black all kinds of checks, like that move there, for example. So you're going to have to work your way back up that staircase like this. Check, king moves over, check, and you're going to have to be very patient here, working your way back to that e7 square. That's the best square to be on the 7th rank to threaten the checkmate and also to keep the black queen from delivering any safe checks on the white queen, on the white king. So that's the only way to win. Okay? And it's like 17 moves just to get to here. So beautiful puzzle. I hope you solved it. I hope you had fun watching the solution. If you didn't, thanks for watching.